What we do first in our system is we assess the sales force. We'll sit down with the sales force and we'll put them through a customized, designed assessment, sales assessment that will give us some information about the skill sets that the particular sales staff has at that particular time. And through the analysis of that, we'll then design a training program that is either a beginner, an intermediate, or an advanced training program using still our top tier program, but we'll design a training program that is best suited for that sales team. It's a one-day seminar, and it's about 8 hours, and we take a couple of breaks, and we go through our sales process, which again we call top tier. What happens then after that is once the seminar is over, what I have found, and you've probably found this also, Jack, is you go to a seminar and 2 days later, you forgot about it. I mean, it's just human nature, you know, unless you're putting it into practice and unless it's right in front of you, it's the catalog or whatever manual they gave you is going to be off to the side because you're off to the next thing. That's not part of our program. In fact, our program, our one-day seminar that we train our salespeople in, comes with a mandatory reinforcement program, which is for 6 weeks immediately after the seminar. When I train my sales professionals, or the sales professionals who go through the top tier training course, the first thing that we start with is basically opening the sale, okay? And it's the O in top. And what that's about is your presence, arriving, being aware of the other person. It's not all about you, Jack, you know, and I think that that's important for people to realize when they sit down with a client or a customer and they're about to go into the sales transaction, is that it's not about them. It's not about what you need. If you can, and that is the case with our relationships. It's not about what our needs are. It's important to have our needs in mind, but ultimately it's about what's important for the other person. If all we're going to do is go into whether or not they're business relationships or personal relationships, worrying about ourselves and what's out, you know, what's in it for me with them, you know what? In the end, people are really just concerned about what's in it for them. You know, so if you get that and you truly understand that it's the other person's needs that are important, you're going to have a successful business or personal relationship. If you're investing in your people and yet you're not using repetition, repetition is the most important aspect of learning any skill, bar none. You can learn anything that you want, but unless you're going to practice it, unless you're going to do it on a daily basis, I don't care if you're swinging a golf club, you know, playing tennis, or even learning a language, unless you're repeating it, unless you're practicing it, it's not, our brain operates that way. We need repetition for it to stick. So yes, it can be expensive, but the results to take a good salesperson to being a great salesperson is the success far outweighs the cost. But we also train our sales professionals on how to network or how to leverage their customers that are satisfied into business. So you wind up, yes, having to introduce yourself to new people, but then the calls aren't necessarily cold, if you know what I'm saying. And that's key. That's key. That's key.